Today, I'm going to be going over all the balance changes for the upcoming Sonic update. And at the end of the video, I'll also be showing off Spike, the new hero, and how to get him as well. Okay, so we have a lot of balance changes here for heroes, squaddies, and spell abilities as well. So firstly, Mortis is going to be getting destroyed. Yes, he's received a bunch of nerfs along with a bug fix, which is also a nerf pretty much. So Mortis has a bug right now where the tank will get sent out with the bats when you use his ability. And the issue is this tank has like 100,000 health when you do that. Now, a lot of people have said to me, Claz, this isn't a bug. Mortis is supposed to send out summoned units. Well, tank is not a summoned unit, but a summoner. So from now on, tank will no longer be sent out when using the bat's ability anymore. Only summoned units will. So for example, Dr. T's crabs will still be sent out. Nita's bears will still be sent out. Anyways, moving on to the actual nerfs now. Mortis is going to be getting a 25% speed nerf. The 100% speed buff that he gets at turbo level 1 is going to be decreased to 75%, meaning he's no longer going to be the fastest hero. At power 2, his self-heal from damage by bats is going from 50% down to 30%. The bats summoned by his ability is being decreased from 5 to 3, and the power level 4 bats is being decreased from 7 to 5. He's getting destroyed. But there are 2 buffs as well. The bats are going from dealing 200 damage to 300 damage, and the bats' health are going from 600 to 750. So a bit of a rework, but I'm going to be honest, all you Mortis users right now are going to want to switch to Sonic because I don't think he's going to be very good anymore. Royale King is also going to be receiving a nerf, but not quite as bad as Mortis. The Royale King's health is going from 6,700 down to 6,400. The normal Royal recruits in his squad are going from having 3,600 health to 3,300 health, and the golden elite recruits that spawn in after opening a chest are going from 4,800 health to 4,500 health. Now, I don't think this is going to change much. I would like to see them nerf some spells and troops that make Royale King better than nerf Royale King even more, because I still think he's going to be one of the best heroes in the game. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the 2 heroes getting buffs. Firstly, the Archer Queen. Just like Mortis though, she's going to be getting a bug fix where she will no longer one-tap a squad with her Archer arrow, but she's going to be receiving a few buffs as well. So firstly, her base speed, the speed before turbo kicks in, is going to be increased by 20%. Her sniper arrows are going to be going from dealing 1,500 damage to 1,725. Her snipe split shots are going from 900 damage down to 855 though, but her Archer Queen basic attack damage is going from 840 to 880. And now for the Barbarian King. Anyone who's a top level player in the game will know just how OP the Barbarian King is or can be, and you might not like this, but the Barbarian King is going to be getting a 10% base speed increase. His health is going from 8,300 to 9,100. He is a tank now. His super attack damage is going from 500 to 600, and I only just figured out what a super attack damage is, but essentially when the Barbarian King hits an enemy, he will do 1 super attack damage every 2 seconds. So normally he deals 504 damage, but a super attack damage will be 604. And the final buff is going to be to his Mega Punch, where the damage is going to go from 600 to 630. Anyways, moving on to some squaddy nerfs. Trader is going to be getting a rework. His Mega Potion will now no longer give you the 60% damage reduction. That's gone fully. But the potion will now go from lasting 5 seconds to 8 seconds, and you're going to go from moving 20% faster while having the potion active to 35% quicker. And finally, you can now see how long your potion is lasting. If you just look at your hero's health bar, there'll be a little indicator on how long the potion will last for. Tank's shot pushback is going to be reduced to make stun locking heroes not a thing anymore. Wizard's damage is going from 135 to 150. Circling Bee's damage is going from 144 to 130. Battle Healer's extra health is going from 1,500 to 1,700. She also has an ultimate form where she will further increase extra health given to 2,100. Heavy at Baby will go from giving Hot Shots 300 extra health to 500, and Heavy at Super will go from giving Hot Shots 600 extra health to 1,000. Penny's Super is being changed from dropping extra hearts to dropping a key. Penny's Treasure Loot is being increased by 5 coins/gems, and Penny's Treasure now guarantees at least 5 coins. Archer's damage per second is going from 340 to 400. Witch's Elite Skeleton's damage is going from 80 to 90, and Elite Skeleton's health is going from 1,000 to 1,100. El Primo is going from having 2,400 health to 3,000. El Primo's damage is going from 150 to 200. El Primo's baby self-heal is going from 20% to 30%, and El Primo's super self-heal is going from 30% to 40%. Baby Bow is going to go from dealing 100% extra damage to monsters to 120%, and Super Bow is going to go from dealing 135 extra damage damage to monsters to 150%. And now Mavis and Greg are getting buffs, but I don't think they need buffs. But Mavis is going to go from picking 2 coins per individual carrot to 3, and the additional coins for plucking all carrots on a patch is going to go from 2 to 3 as well. She's also going to pick carrots even faster. Now, if you have a Super Mavis, you'll know that you actually get bonus loot. So essentially, for anyone with a Super Mavis, you're going to go from getting 12 coins for a patch of 4 carrots before this update to now 24 coins. This is a 100% buff on the Mavis. Greg is going to go from getting 8 coins per tree to 10, and from 2 gems per tree to 3. So an old ultimate Greg would give you 12 coins per tree. Now he's going to give you 15. So he's definitely worse than Mavis now. Mavis is by far the better farmer now. Anyways, moving on to some spell abilities. So firstly, the tank that spawns from the power tank spell is now going to follow you around as if she were a troop in your squad. Before, what would happen is you would just spawn the power tank in and it would just run around and do its own thing. This actually, I think, will make her really good. Fireball is getting yet some more nerfs. The fireball flight time is going to be increased by 20%, and the fireball damage is going from 820 down to 660. Bees Frenzy's bees are going to go from dealing 155 damage to 115. Blazing Light is going to go from dealing 700 damage to 600 damage. Heavy's suppressing fire projectile damage is going from 16 to 20. His suppressing fire projectile amount from 22 to 44. Suppressing fire firing speed is now 100% quicker, and suppressing fire hit slow duration for people who have been hit, so they hit you slower now, is going to go from 1 to 2 seconds. Giant turret from Jesse. The giant turret shots flight speed is going to be doubled. Giant turret shots now slow their target by 25%, and giant turret damage is going from 250 to 330 damage. Max burst shot spell cooldown is going to go from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. Ruff's scatter shot laser bounces is going from 2 to 3, although scatter shot laser damage per shot is going to go down from 600 to 550. Archer's arrow volley damage per volley is going to go from 400 to 440. The skeleton barrel can now hold 2 barrels instead of 1. Poco's power core damage is going to go from 225 damage to 250. Bo's mine duration is going to go from lasting 12 seconds on the map to 30 seconds on the map, and stepping on a mine now will stun for a short duration. And the mine damage is going to go from 500 to 650. Ice Wizard's free spell duration is going from 3.2 seconds to 4 seconds, and an Ultra Wizard's free spell duration is going to be increased from 40% to 50%, so a free spell, if you have an Ultra Wizard, is going to last 6 seconds. Colt bullet storm damage per bullet is going to go from 200 to 300, and the bug spray will now stun more frequently, and the bug spray duration is going to go from 3.5 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Anyways, that's it for all the balance changes. Let's now move on to the bug fixes and then Spike. Finally, let's move on to the new hero Spike, which is going to be coming out later in the summer. So not with this update, but shortly after. Spike is going to be a healer who deals 400 damage per second and has 9,000 health. His power is going to give you a thorny grenade spell, and this grenade spell, once thrown, will deal 480 damage immediately, and then it will deal 150 damage 9 times over for a 5-second period. So in total, if you throw a thorny grenade on someone and they sit in that thorny grenade for the 5 seconds, you will deal 1,830 damage. And if you have a power level 5 Spike, his grenade will do 608 damage once it's thrown instead of 480, and then 180 damage 9 times over for 5 seconds. So in total, at power level 5, it will deal 2,228 damage. Also, while sitting in the thorny grenade, all targets will move slower, just like a freeze spell. The thorny grenade will take 18 seconds to recharge at power level 1, but at power level 2, the thorny grenade will take only 12.6 seconds to recharge, only if you're at full health. His basic attack will throw mini cactuses at enemies, which deal 460 damage, and then once the mini cactus lands, a further 5 spikes will be shot out, damaging other units around for 230 damage. Spike also heals himself 450 health every 2 seconds naturally, and he has a secret heal ability where if you hold down turbo for 1.3 seconds and then you stop running, he'll heal himself and everything in your squad by 400 health. And you can tell once this secret heal is active because after 1.3 seconds, you'll see some green smoke around him. And at trait level 4, obviously this healing will be increased further. And you can also use the healing from Spike to keep a abilities alive, such as chicken clones and the Barbarians, essentially anything that moves in your squad. You'll also notice while running, Spike will spawn thorns behind him, and well, these thorns will last for 1.3 seconds, and while they're on the map, anything that steps over it will take 100 damage around every 0.3 seconds. So if you're running away from someone and they're chasing you down, essentially they're going to be taking 300 damage every 1 second. Here on screen right now, you can see all 8 pages of rewards from the Spike hero journey. You can pause at any moment if you want to see what's on certain pages. And Spike, just like all other heroes, will have 5 powers, 5 traits, and 3 turbo abilities. At power 1, he will throw a thorny grenade that covers an area in spikes. At power 2, the thorny grenade will recharge 30% faster while Spike is at full health. At power 3, opening a chest recharges 1 thorny grenade. At power 4, busting a squad unit recharges thorny grenade by 10%. And at power 5, thorny grenade deals 20% extra damage and stuns longer. At trait 1, he will give healer squaddies 15% extra health and 15% extra attack speed. At trait 2, Spike gets 35% extra attack speed when at full health. At trait 3, busted enemy squad units drop life plants that heal and drop a heart. At trait 4, he will increase all squad healing by 15%. And at trait 5, he will increase spikes in Spike's basic attack to 8. At turbo 1, Thorn Rush leaves spikes and will heal Spike while giving the squad a 50% speed boost. At turbo 2, turbo will recharge 15% faster. And at turbo 3, it will increase starting turbo charges by 1. So how do you unlock Spike? Well, there's going to be an event where you have to kill Spike enemies in battles to collect cactuses. And once you collect a certain amount of cactuses, my guess is you'll probably just unlock Spike for free. Although I'll have more information on this when Spike is due to come out. Anyways, that's it for the balance changes and Spike information. Make sure to check out my last video on screen right here where I went over Sonic and the 2 new squaddies in good details, just like this video. And I'll see you there.